It's always nice and refreshing to see that certain fighters can bring this out. The crowds with the banners, and they await their emperor.
Fans are already on their feet, just hoping to catch a quick glimpse of him.
And he will enter at the appropriate time.
Well, he's a very charismatic young man. He's very articulate. He's well-mannered. And he's given us some devastating performances as well, although his last two have been by decision, and he wants to correct that.
And he's in against the guy tonight who is a very big puncher if he gets his opportunity. Kamau 28-1, 21 knockouts. And so for De La Hoya, it's the defense of the title he captured against Pernell Whitaker. And as always, there are major plans for him even after he steps into the ring, because Hector Camacho is here tonight.
Well, he's everywhere.
And that's supposed to be next. Talk of Whitaker again.
Well, first you better think about Kamau. The Whitaker rematch could be next year, but Kamau is the man he has to concentrate on now. Kamau is physically the biggest boxer he's ever faced. He naturally weighs about 160 pounds.
Kamau, the biggest fighter, and certainly the best puncher at this weight, as Whitaker was a showman. De La Hoya with some big wins in recent years over the likes of Rafael Ruelas, Gennaro Hernandez, Julio Cesar Chavez, who had been his boyhood idol.
And yet Kamau, when you look at his ring record, although he's 31 years of age, you don't see too many notable opponents he's gone up against. I would question the management. His management. Maybe he's been over-sheltered throughout his career.
Or maybe they just could not make the right deal. It's very tough to have the right promotional juice, so to speak. And Hector Camacho comes into the ring and already starts lobbying for the fight with De La Hoya. And he loves this bad boy image. Loves it like nothing else.
That'll be an interesting fight.
I think it'll be an interesting press conference. So the luminaries continue to be introduced at ringside, and George Foreman called up. And the mariachi band awaiting their performance in the ring tonight.
Mariachi band got a standing ovation from the crowd.
We're a better place to perform than here in Texas.
Absolutely.
Very sweet brand of music, and we'll be hearing that pretty soon.
You think this mariachi band is fired up in light of the controversy in his Pernell Whitaker fight?
In the ring of this round, some Mexican ringside, and the Linda Munoz of Grupo Mirage, Virgin Records Mariachis, Campanas de America, who perform Sangre Caliente.
WBC Welterweight Championship. Oscar De La Hoya, 24-0, 20 knockouts against David Kamau, 28-1 with 21 knockouts, scheduled for 12. That's how they line up. De La Hoya's first defense of that title he won from Pernell Whitaker. And here's how they stack up on the tail to take. Kamau, 8 years older, the height very similar. They're both right at the welterweight limit. Kamau a quarter pound under, and a big reach for Kamau, 9 inches. Let's see if he's able to use that. In the WBC, 10 points to the winner of a round, 3 knockdowns will not end the fight. It's not in effect. Standing 8 count, not in effect. The fighter can be saved by the bell in the last round only, and only the referee can stop the fight. As the mariachi band departs to thunderous applause. Now the ring entrances are upon us.
Well, the mariachi band certainly got the adrenaline flowing in the crowd. This is Oscar's hometown, huh?
Should be. Man from East LA
has found another home.
In the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas. And there is the man that will try to upset everybody's plans, David Kamau. #1 contender in the WBC. And the rule is that when you beat a fighter and you're not the #1 contender going in, you must fight the #1 contender immediately. And in this instance, the rules were upheld, so Kamau is the first challenger for Oscar De La Hoya.
Well, De La Hoya hasn't shied away from anybody in his young career.
It's pretty bizarre to see somebody following the rules of organizations, but Oscar De La Hoya has.
You know, one thing we've learned about these fighters from Kenya is their great conditioning, their dedication. Kamau is a beautifully conditioned athlete. And he makes no bones about it. He plans on storming in. He's not going to dance around in the ring like Pernell Whitaker, he says. He's going to come in, go toe-to-toe with Oscar, and test him from the outset.
And the chant is up. Crowd is into it, which means only one thing, that the Golden Boy is on his way in. What fanaticism in San Antonio. Oscar De La Hoya, new trainer, Emmanuel Stewart. People go crazy for the Golden Boy.
This place is rocking.
Pound for pound, best fighter in boxing, and an audience outside that of the boxing public.
Ladies and gentlemen, Top Rank Incorporated, along with your undisputed, undefeated King of Beers, Budweiser, present 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Welterweight Championship of the World. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Executive Director Tommy V. Smith. boxing coordinator Dickie Cole, 3 physicians at ringside, Dr. Paul Saenz, Dr. Ruben Tonario, Dr. Gerardo Zavala, and your timekeepers are James Gaffney and Billy Galvin. This bout is also sanctioned by the World Boxing Council. President Jose Suleiman. Supervisor at ringside for the WBC is Steve Crossan. The 3 judges scoring this bout on a 10-point must system will be David Harris, Sergio Silvi, and Gale Van Hoy. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action, your referee, Laurence Cole. And now, for the thousands in attendance here in San Antonio and the millions watching around the world on television, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with gold, weighing 146 3/4 pounds. He brings a professional record into the ring of 28 victories, 21 by knockout, with only 1 loss in his career. Ladies and gentlemen, from Kenya, Africa, introducing the challenger, David Kamau. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing blue, trimmed with white, weighing 147 pounds. In 1992, he captured Olympic gold. And now, as a professional, his record is a perfect 24 victories without a loss, 20 by knockout. And he has won 4 world titles. Ladies and gentlemen, from East LA, California, presenting the undefeated WBC Welterweight Champion of the World, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Come here, Oscar. Let's go. I discussed the rules already tonight, what I expect out of both of you. I want you to protect yourselves and obey my commands at all times. Understood? Great. Let's touch them up and good luck.
We're set to go. Oscar De La Hoya, David Kamau in an electrified Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas. De La Hoya's adopted hometown at this point. There is David Kamau, 28-1, 21 knockouts. A good puncher. De La Hoya 24-0 with 20, and here we go. We should see some chins tested in this bout.
And De La Hoya came right out, predicted a knockout in this fight. He's tired of being a defensive boxer in his last 2 bouts. That's why he changed trainers with Emmanuel Stewart. He needs to get on the offensive more, he feels.
Well, he's fighting a righty here, too. Style that should be more favorable and friendly to him. Was not happy with the way he moved against Pernell Whitaker. Now against Kamau. Maybe trying to figure out a guy with a good style here, a good jab. The question about Kamau, which De La Hoya hopes to answer, what type of chin does he have? We shall see.
Well, Kamau took advantage of him against the ropes right there.
Well, Paul, you've got a big reach advantage here for Kamau.
Well, it's definitely the thing about Oscar. What he has to do is he's going to have to try to get in on the inside of Kamau's jab. As you see, Kamau's got this long jab that's going to try to keep Oscar out of the bay on the end of his jab. The way Oscar's going to be able to get into that is by stepping in, coming over the top with him.
And you will hear explosive sounds every time De La Hoya comes close to landing a shot, and it's getting intense right away.
Yeah, they promised they'd go toe-to-toe. That's exactly what they're doing. De La Hoya showing a lot more aggressiveness in the early stages of this fight.
And able to block the right hand that Kamau was using to try and follow the double jab. It promises only to pick up in intensity as this fight goes along and the fighters get more warm.
And this Kamau's extremely quick, isn't he?
Snake-like left hand by Kamau. He's in the welterweight division, where fighters would presumably be stronger than those Oscar De La Hoya has fought. But he has not been able to get home with that right hand because of De La Hoya's defense there.
And once again, Kamau is De La Hoya's largest opponent to date.
Kamau opening up.
The thing that you see with Oscar now is he's learning some new, well, not learning new things. The thing is, Manuel Stewart has worked what works for Oscar. The basic thing, he's taking him back to the basics. And that's why you're going to see Oscar fighting a lot different than you've seen in his previous fights.
Well, the one thing Stewart wanted him to do is work on his leverage and get off on his right more.
We come to the end of round number 1. Tentative by some standards by De La Hoya, but it promises to open up. Hector Camacho on hand. September 13th, there he is with promoter Bob Arum.
Where's that fight going to be held?
I believe in Las Vegas, provided this all goes according to plan. That's what they're discussing. Is everything still fine?
Camacho's probably saying, please, Mr. Arum, I don't want to fight here.
The jab is your key, but you got to still make him try to react to your action. Instead of you backing up to the shot. Okay, they was you gotta go to him.
Kamau with a pretty good round 1, and De La Hoya hearing it from Emmanuel Stewart. Wants him to get the jab established more, and then everything else will follow. Some good advice by Emmanuel Stewart.
Everything does work off his jab.
True case for many fighters. De La Hoya will be trying to unload here. Kamau, very poised, balanced. Gates, Julio Cesar Chavez, just about all he could handle. De La Hoya stops Chavez. Good shots by De La Hoya. An uppercut, and Kamau is hurt. He's down. The hook got to Kamau. Kamau made a mistake, and did he ever pay? De La Hoya with a chance to finish it right here. He comes in. Will another opening like that set itself up? An uppercut just missed by De La Hoya. The hook got in. The jab, he's crouching. Right hand just shy. Kamau opens up, he's a target. De La Hoya has got his measure. Good rights by Kamau, and De La Hoya walks right through.
Kamau's fighting right back.
Kamau with an uppercut. Got De La Hoya's attention. Kamau will not go quietly if he goes.
And you notice Kamau is keeping his distance from De La Hoya, staying out of his power zone, utilizing his reach when he's in trouble.
De La Hoya with a knockdown here in round 2. Good hook by De La Hoya. So often able to capitalize on opponent's mistakes. Good right by Kamau.
Yeah, he sneaked that right in.
De La Hoya's been hit with some shots too, that's for sure.
The thing about Kamau is Kamau had to watch out for Oscar's left hook, because since Oscar's a converted southpaw, he's got all the power in the left hand.
And he showed it here in round 2, scored with the hook again.
Well, Kamau's getting some occasional shots in with De La Hoya's scoring big on his combinations.
And the crowd on its feet in some cases here. Thrilled with De La Hoya's knockdown. Good hook by De La Hoya. Kamau walks into 3 more shots and keeps on coming. What action at the end of round 2. Scintillating exchange between De La Hoya and Kamau. Kamau hurt again. He could be out. He could be out. David Kamau on unsteady legs, and it is over. A tremendous second round, and the Golden Boy has come through. Oscar De La Hoya thrilling San Antonio.
Well, De La Hoya said before the fight that he sensed that the opponents were beginning to figure him out, and it's easy to figure out a defensive-minded fighter. That's one reason why I went to the aggressive style tonight. The other thing is he wants to put the intimidation factor back into his opponents, and he's accomplished that with this stunning performance.
And he was hit several times, Paul, but walked through those shots.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oscar just went out there. He had his fight plan on. He went out there, threw a lot of combinations, big punches, caught Kamau with a tremendous left hook, came over the top with a right hand, and just came back and just repeated the same combination.
First knockdown of the round. De La Hoya coming in, right hand, left hook. Watch the mistake Macau makes. Kamau is leaving himself open as he tries to punch, and he gets a receipt. Left himself wide open as he attempted to launch a shot. You see De La Hoya's balance. The mouthpiece coming out from Macau. Down he went. And De La Hoya would finish this fight. 2 knockdowns in round 2. Here's how they finish. Now Kamau has hit him, but there's a tremendous Titanic hook by De La Hoya, and he finishes it off after Kamau hit him several times.
Well, this was mano-mano right here, huh?
A wonderful exchange of mano-mano. Tremendous power by De La Hoya. And look at the leverage and the balance by the Golden Boy. And this is some performance.
You know, there's one other thing I think we learned about De La Hoya in this fight. He can take a punch, because Kamau did land some big shots.
He landed some bombs.
Yes, he did. He landed some big shots. Oscar was able to absorb those and came off on top. Oscar hit him with some great combinations.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Laurence reaches the count of 10 at 2 minutes, 54 seconds of round number 2. The winner by knockout victory and still the undefeated WBC welterweight champion of the world, the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya.
Well, to the delight of a frenzied crowd at the Alamodome, Oscar De La Hoya retains his WBC welterweight championship in utterly explosive fashion, and the type of style, I think you made the point, that again reminded fans of what's endeared people to him, that power.
As awesome as he has been in the past, and he's shown tonight he still has that awesome power. Kamau said he'd come into this fight with 4 strategies. He basically only resorted to one strategy, trying to outpunch him. He obviously thought he could beat him that way, but he was sorely disappointed.
Well, Kamau did what brought him here. 28-0, 21 knockouts. A guy, basically, power has been the answer, and he was not doing too badly in that department until he got hit.
Not in the first round. I was impressed with De La Hoya's combinations in this fight.
Even after the first knockdown, Kamau came out and was extremely impressive at times with his power. Let's take another look at how this ended. Kamau has been down once and has hit De La Hoya with some shots, but the hook here spells the beginning of doom. The right hand, and didn't even need the left hook to follow. The balance of De La Hoya, and he shows he knows he got him there.
Exactly, the balance right there, coming over with that right, planting his right foot there, and that's something Stuart's been working on the last couple of months with him.
Let's hear from Oscar De La Hoya.
And a lot of your followers looking for something spectacular tonight, looking for exactly this kind of quick knockout. Did you know early on you're going to be able to get it?
Well, first of all, Jim Lampley, I would just like to say one thing. The very first time I say something before a fight, since we have a lot of time. Primero, un saludo a todos en Los Cabos. Un saludo, un beso, gracias a toda mi familia en Durango. Gracias por todo el apoyo. En Los Ángeles, East LA, thank you. This one's for you guys and everybody all over the world. I love you guys.
Se habla español. Durango, your dad's hometown. East Los Angeles, your hometown. And everybody all around the world, too.
Yes.
Now, what about Kamau?
Well, Kamau, the first time that he went down, I knew he was going to get back up because he has a big heart. I knew that Kamau would take the punch, so I had to kind of let loose, let my combinations go, because I knew when he would get close, he would leave himself wide open. When you try to crowd him, he doesn't know what to do. If you're outside and he keeps on throwing his jab, it's very confusing. But once I went in, I threw combinations and landed a good punch.
All right, let's bring in Emmanuel Stewart, your new trainer, just here for a moment, because we're going to look at round 2, the entire round on a handheld camera. But before we do, Emmanuel, getting ready to look at what Oscar did in round 2. What's your early grade for your brand new pupil?
Well, I give him an A+. You know, he got caught with punches when he was pulling back in the wrong range, but he adjusted like a true warrior, and he went out and he just said, I just outfight him. But I thought he did a great job.
All right, the adjustment.
Kamau's a good fighter.
No, Kamau's not bad. He throws a lot of punches, but he doesn't cover up when he gets hurt, and he keeps throwing punches and allows the fighter the opportunity to keep coming at him. So let's take a look now at the handheld coverage of round number 2. Here comes Kamau, and early on in the round, you had told Oscar to come out and throw the jab.
Press him. I had wanted to press him with the jab because he was letting him dictate the pace, and Kamau had Oscar fighting at the zone where he was very effective at. And I figured if Oscar could get in close and get him in the exchanges, he would beat him to the punch because Oscar's hands are much faster. So all we want to do is to jab his way in, get him into a slugging exchange because Oscar gets off much faster. And Oscar has much more crispier punches. Really, Oscar's left-handed anyway. His best shot is a left hook. So the slugging really turned out to be to our advantage because of Oscar's speed.
All of this was set up by the left hook, right, Oscar?
Everything was set up by the left hook, actually. My left hook is a power punch, but of course we're working on the right hand too.
All right, so Kamau gets up from the first knockdown and continues to throw punches. And at this point, obviously, you're looking to land another power shot. What were you thinking of at this stage?
I got a little excited here, but I knew that Camacho was, I knew that.
That's the next fight.
See, I'm already thinking of Camacho. I knew that Kamau was going to be okay because he's in good shape. He trained like no other fight, and so when Kamau was coming up, he landed some few punches, and I said, you know what, I'm going to slow down, take my time, and land my punches.
All right, later on in the second round now, action continuing. David Kamau continuing to convince himself that he's in the fight. Referee Laurence Cole warning Oscar De La Hoya there about holding behind the head and hitting. And it must have been fun after chasing the southpaw Whitaker around the ring to watch another conventional fighter standing in front of you.
It was fun, Jim, because Kamau's style was perfect for me. He's strong, he's fast, he has an excellent jab, and those fighters are the ones who make me look good. The fighters who are tough, the fighters who want to come out and fight.
All right, another left hook coming up here momentarily. And eventually it would be a left hook that would lead to the knockdown. It was a punch so hard that Kamau didn't go down immediately, but when he ultimately did go down, he stayed down. How important is it to your confidence to have scored the quick knockout?
Well, this is a big confidence boost because Kamau has never been knocked out. He's never been dropped. Nobody that he has faced, and he's faced some tough guys, has never put him on the ground. So I was very happy that I was the first to do that.
Yeah, that's right. He went the full distance with Chavez at Chavez's best weight of 140 pounds. And he comes up to 147. And as Emmanuel pointed out, this is a guy who actually walks around at a heavier weight than you, Oscar. But the second left hook, and down he went.
When Kamau came in at 159, I was watching in my dressing room. I said, oh my gosh, I'm facing a middleweight. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to take my time. I'm going to use my speed. Speed is a key in every boxing match.
All right, next up down the road, Camacho. What are the lessons that have to be learned before that?
Well, that's a lot of things Oscar still has to learn on defense, believe it or not, even though we're working on offense. But I think with Camacho will be much easier to train for than training for the fight with Kamau. I think he will not have as much trouble as people expect with Camacho.
Well, let's talk to Hector Camacho, who joins us now on this side. Congratulations, Hector. Your man won. Now you're in position to make a lot of money in September. What'd you see out of Oscar tonight?
You know, just be cool. First of all, he's doing well. He has it going on.
Do me a favor, turn around, face the camera. The world wants to see.
Guys,
you want to show your back to the crowd? No.
Your little bodyguard messed up my hand. and we're going to take that personal.
All right, I just want the camera right there to see you so that the fans can hear you.
Let me take a deep breath.
What you gonna do against? What you gonna do against Oscar in September?
Against Oscar, okay. Oscar's doing well. I can't call no cheap shot at home. He's a good student, very dedicated. I mean, he beat Chavez, Whitaker. He has it going on. But this takes me back to the era of the greats, okay? And you don't make no difference to it. You don't. So what happened is that when my great idol here, after Muhammad Ali, had it going on, just like this kid over here, okay? Ali went sour, okay? He lost to Ken Norton, to George Foreman, to Joe Frazier, and the rest. And this one was the unbeatable golden boy, like this guy. And, okay.
I think there'll be a lot more talking between now and September. All right. Best of luck to both of you. We'll see you later on.
So there you see from Camacho and De La Hoya, they will fight in September. For Art Mack and Paul Gonzalez, this is Dave Bontempo saying so long from the Alamodome, where Oscar De La Hoya has put on another great show and kept his WBC Welterweight Championship. So long, everybody.